Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 7 of Darkest Dungeon. So, last episode we took out the Prophet, and I would like to level up some of my lower level people now to see if they're going to be any good for me to keep around. I think as a general rule of thumb, I am not going to invest anything into level 0s. And then if they show promise and they're level 1 or 2, then we can start rolling with them. So what I'm going to do is set up a group to embark, and we will use some of the newer people here. And like I said, not investing anything into any of the low levels. And that, I guess it has a named loadout, will be our group here. Let me see. Vitalis can hang back. And we're probably going to go for a medium ruins run or a short. Maybe I'll even do a short. I like that. A short wheeled run. But I'm not going to go just yet because I also want to upgrade my blacksmith if at all possible, which it is. So let's trade some. We have a whole lot of crests here. We'll trade some crests for deeds and be able to get weaponsmithing up. And this increased weaponsmithing will allow the veterans to get better weapons. So the way this works is, here's a better example. The level 1, 2s, and 3s can upgrade their tiers. Hold on, where is the best example for this? Croc? Yes, so Croc is level 1 and can't get the next tier weapons, but level 2s can. So we won't invest in that right now, but then also let's go ahead and do stress relief for the antiquarian. Cloister is fine, and that was the only stressed out person we have. And then the sanitarium, let's see, God-fearing, don't care. Dismas, I don't care about those. Nocturnal, don't really care. Weak grip on life, I'll just try to keep you alive. Resolute, don't care. Soft, I do care, let's get rid of that. On aggro, off guard, I'm going to spend the big bucks to get rid of off guard, because off guard is very annoying to have a giant delay on first round. That kind of sucks. Okay, so that is our sanitarium in a nutshell. And let's see, I have a lot of crests. I'm curious if there's any buildings. Torchlight is more beneficial. No, I don't have enough crests to really get any of these like phenomenal buildings, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and make sure that none of our trinkets are on heroes, and then let's go for an embark. So, what can we do? Extra damage for extra stress, with a little bit hit to speed, but she was already slow to begin with, and we will get her speed back up with a swift cloak. Good. With our bounty hunter, he can use the bounty hunter items that we've captured. So they're both only positives, so that's really nice and neat. The grave robber here, I have to look at her skills. Let's see. She has lunge, which is forward 2, and damage against blighted. She has flashing daggers, shadow fade back 2, a cure for blight and bleed. She does not have a damage versus marked ability right now, so I actually might go ahead and put her into the guild and get her a damage versus marked, because our bounty hunter is going to be marking targets. And we'll give her poison darts too. I know I said I wouldn't invest in them, but I don't want her moving around that much, so I'll have her in second or third position. Okay, and that will work a little bit better. So now her abilities will be... yeah, just a bunch of dagger abilities. I don't really love grave robbers, but I'll level her up anyway. And our Vestal Croc. You're actually, Croc, you are a little bit higher level, so what I'm going to do to you is to improve these abilities. And same with Selly, because I want Selly to stick around. Come Hither I really like. Collect Bounty I like. Mark for Death I'm not going to worry too much about. You know, it does lower their protection. What is his current loadout? He is Finish and Flashbang? Okay, I'm okay with that. Alright, there we go. And then also in the Blacksmith, we will have you level up. Alright, great. A little bit of an embark, and we said we were going to go against the Wield. Let's get some Jester Dice. Unless there's a better reward somewhere else. That's actually really not that bad of a reward. And it's for deeds. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. The Cove is a little bit harder than the Wield, but that's fine. So if we're headed against the Cove, let me get out my provision guide. And the Cove on a... Is this a short run? Yes. The Cove on a short run is going to be like... I'll get 12 food, which is probably more than I need, but we're fighting with really low-level people. So I got to be cautious of how potentially weak they are. And... Oh, you know what? I'm actually... No. Let me fix this. Okay. 8 torches, 1 holy water, maybe 2 skeleton keys, 2 herbs, 2 bandages. And that ought to do it. I think all of my trinkets that I want have been equipped. Her dodge is already 0 because of a risk taker, so I might as well give her some other... I'll give her the stun amulet, because she has a stun ability, and it can't really hurt her dodge anymore, right? And let's get going.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with...
So we need to do 100% of the room battles. Hopefully we get some scouting done, so we don't have to double back, but if we have to double back, it's fine. Fish carcass... I think off the top of my head is medicinal herbs. Yeah, it is, because we already had the indicator there. Whoa, that is a lot of stuff.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Grave robber already getting trapped. And our first fight. And we got surprised, so we're totally out of order, which really sucks for the Hellion, because she's way in back. Not cool, game. Alright, so she can do a breakthrough forward lunging ability, which does a ton of damage, but it debuffs her. I don't mind that, because it does do a lot of damage. And let's go ahead and stun some of these groupers.
The path is clear.
Flashing daggers hits 2 targets. So we'll get that done, and we killed the one that we had stunned, and then we'll just collect the bounty on the one that's already harmed.
Give them no quarter.
They're really focusing on Croc here. These guys do a lot of damage. Let's do a breakthrough again, which puts Croc back a little bit, and let's see, maybe finish off the front one. Croc, you are going to have to heal yourself. I don't want you Death's Door first fight. That would be ridiculous. Ooh. Maybe a poison dart. And now we can just do... Oh, no, I have to do another breakthrough. Because it's in 3rd slot. And we're almost back to the correct order that we want to be in. Almost. We have a Blight and Disease Resist book. That's pretty cool. It's worth something. It lowers our speed So if I end up needing the space, we can always equip it.
If only treasure could stop
And some scouting. Good.
worldly corruption.
So we need all the room battles, and we don't have to go south. That is good to know. We're getting a lot of journal entries and medicinal herbs. The Cove has a lot of stuff that you cleanse with medicinal herbs, so that is why I brought what I brought. This extra food I can go ahead and eat right away, and then I need to decide between taking the jade and destroying a journal page, and I'll just take the jade. Ooh, they got surprised. I really don't like the Fusiliers that are in the back here, so I'm going to focus on them. Dragging them out of place is a really good way to mess with them. And then the Hellion has an attack which hits the back line, which is actually pretty convenient for getting rid of backliners. It's one of the reasons I like Hellion. And for you, maybe I go ahead and stun second position dude, because third position dude is out of place for the battle. He's a meleeer, although I don't think it's going to affect him much. No, he still gets to slice and dice. Alright, the gunners are dead. And then we'll just cut through them. Ooh, a crit heal on herself. That's awesome. We don't really have any ability to do stress reduction here, which is something to keep an eye on.
A devastating blow.
We're relying almost entirely on finishing blows and crits for that, but that's okay. So this does extra damage versus marked, but it doesn't hurt fit first slot, unfortunately. So we'll have to use the poison attack, and the fight is over. Perfect. Nice and easy.
So too will resist.
This room is empty, so there's no need to use a torch. And we are scouting ahead yet again. Alright, knowing that we're going into a battle, I'll use a torch this time. And here is a very similar looking fight. So we know they're going to be really, really high damage. I guess I do more crit attack in the back line, so I might as well have the 1% additional crit chance. Instead of healing, I'm going to try to take some of them out of play. Oh, I was really hoping that would hit. Now we're going to get attacked 3 times. I don't know why they keep going after the bounty hunter. He has pretty good dodge. Even the grave robber at dodge 0 still managed a dodge anyway. And unfortunately, because of their really high speed and my really low speed, they all get to attack before I do. Which is annoying. Oh, come on. Gotta hit something. Let's go flash and daggers again. These two are almost dead. A very high dodge match. I killed their backfielder. And I'm going to do some party comfort. Getting the healing rolling. Alright. There we go. Landing something. I'd like to see that. Totally eradicated. Agreed, Mr. Narrator. More party comforts. And then, oh, this is easy. Done and done. Now, we don't have room for everything here, so I'm going to have to decide what to get rid of. So what I did say is I could just equip the Book of Constitution to save space, and that frees up a little space, but not quite enough for this item. And I'm just going to... Sorry, Mr. Journal Page. Now, we have a fish idol here. Fish idols are cleansed with a holy water, and if you cleanse it, you just get an attack buff. And I really like my Hellion, so... Let's damage up the Hellion even more, which is awesome. She was already doing probably the most damage of the group, so the most plus more equals good combo. We don't have enough room for this food, but we can eat it. Speaking of eating, we know we're about to go into a fight, so I'm going to max out my torch level.
A blazing star is born.
Hopefully they get surprised. Nah, they didn't. And let's do more flashing daggers. And maybe stun their Fusilier. Perfect.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Plop. You are very dead. And I will come hither the range, bring him to the first spot so he can't use his attack, and we missed. Let's stun the other cutthroat so he doesn't get to bleed us or whatever.
Destroyed.
Oh, easy fight. Even though two of these guys are level 0, it's really not that tough of a fight. Oh, but I like that. And this room is yet another fight, so let's get in there. This one's a little bit different, but they're surprised. This is like proper Cove setup here. So I'm probably... What is their blight resist? Let's go ahead and blight the tough guy, the Guardian, because physical attacks don't do much, but damage over times will. We already Iron Swanned their stress inducer. I'm going to stun the grouper because it does a lot of damage.
In radiance, may we find victory.
And then maybe I'll just start bashing on the thrall so it doesn't get to suicide on us. Barnacle barrier, okay. So the Guardian is guarding the thrall so the thrall can poison us. I don't know if I have an ignoring guard attack. I probably don't. So I'll just start to debuff them. So if I can't ignore guard, I will try to take out the Guardian, which is tough to do with straight damage. But I'll just keep stacking the damage on him. And this is where the damage over time is nice, because despite the high protection, that doesn't protect you from a damage over time. The dude exploded, but I dodged all of it. It has pretty low accuracy, so it doesn't surprise me that I managed to dodge. The Guardian is dead. And next up, the grouper is dead. Alright, successful attack. Again, sort of out of room. I'm going to use one bandage and discard another. Bring in the crests, and then maybe get rid of the anti-venom. bring in the Onyx, and continue adventuring. So there's one more path here, and I'm going to explore it. So we have a barnacle chest, which is shovels. I brought way too many shovels. That's on me. Going to get rid of my herbs to get the busts. We get a free torch. And I know there's nothing in this room, or at least not a battle, because we had to do 100% of the room battles. So unless I want to get that curio, which I don't really care for, we're done.
The pungent odor abates.
So we end up getting a nice chance that we're not surprised book, which is great, even though it lowers our speed a little bit. Surprise attacks suck. And then of course we get some deeds. All of our level 0s hit level 1. Second wind is good, and tuckered out, not great, but there's not a lot of instances where I'm going to redline below 50%. Plus, I don't also really care for grave robbers.
You will know the tragic
That's just me.
my failings.
All right, let's see. Let's first get all of our trinkets back and unequipped. Perfect. And then see Stagecoach. We have a new Crusader. All right, I'm going to recruit him out of obligation.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose.
Let's get rid of our grave robber and then get the Flagellant.
Useless.
Dud hitter. Okay. Higher melee skills. So these guys are for my patrons. I have 2 patrons that wanted heroes named after them. Look at the Vestal. Ooh, she's luminous. I like luminous. The issue is, do I have room for a luminous one more Vestal? I kind of don't, unless I want to get rid of someone like Weestrom. Plague Doctor. I'm sorry, dude, but this Vestal looks pretty good to me. So we have a full group here. Let's see. The new Crusader. Got to give you a name, right? You are going to be Arturus. Cool. And let's actually go on a... Let's see what kind of missions we've got. So I'm leveling up the Cove to the first boss. So if I do a short apprentice run, we'll also check the rewards here. A dodge cloak. You don't have to eat, but you also don't heal ring. And then some veteran stuff. Yeah, we'll go for the Cove run here. So the loadout I'm going to take is the new guys. Flagellant wants to be first or second slot. Crusader wants to be first or second slot. Hendry back slot, whether she wants it or not. And then Selly, you're going to go for another run here, I think. Oh, no, maybe Pesh. Yeah, we'll bring Pesh. Okay, so now we know our loadout. What I'm going to do is to then... Let's see. I'd probably rename the Flagellant after another one of my... Yeah, I forgot about that. So let's call this one... 0 Day. Okay, and then let's see about... I think despite the fact that these guys are level 0... Yeah, I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to leave their equipment alone. But I will level up. I will make sure that Hendry has proper heals. So we want Divine Comfort. And Dazzling Light. Those are the ones I usually go for. Done. And Pesh here can level up a little bit. Get better equipment. So Pesh. There you go. Not that it matters that much. And looking at your abilities, where was I planning on going? I was planning on going to the Cove here. So, Festering Vapors wouldn't be terrible. Healing Vapors, probably not needed. But she doesn't really come with a lot of good skills, so let's get her the best skills she can. Nervous Stab and Festering Vapors will level up. And then, what else are we going to want? There's not a lot of stealth in the Cove, so I'm not going to worry about that. I guess I'll give her Healing Vapors, because there's really nothing else I really need from her. And Flash Powder. I'll give her Flash Powder. I don't think she's going to need protection on this fight, so we'll give her sort of backliner abilities. Alright. Now, to queue up in a bark, we are going to go back into the Cove. Before we provision, let's see about equipment. So, what abilities are we going to have to start? A bleeding ability, another bleeding ability for backliners, a self-heal, and suffer, and then the standard Zealous, Smite, Stunning, Lance. Oh, Lance, okay. I don't think I need more healing than that. I might want the inspiration ability instead of something else. So let's see about that. We will lose Lance for Inspiring Cry. Okay. And then we'll do trinkets. So in the back here, we will go with, let's go with damage up front. And speed? No, we'll just get speed 0 is fine. We'll have a very fast Flagellant here that is very resistant to stuff. Go with lower surprise, and then on you, we'll lower your stress up front. And on the back line, what can we give you? Do I want to lower your dodge? Maybe I'll give you stun chance. And that's it. Unless, yeah, that's it. Alright. Provisions. We're back. Oh, no. That's Farmstead. We want to go Cove. Alright. And if we're at the Cove, again, I'll buy some extra food. I think this is going to be somewhat of a dark run. We have to... What kind of mission is this? 100% of room battles? Okay. So food, shovels, herbs, and keys, holy water, bandages, antivenom, a few torches, just in case, and we are good to go. So this might be a little bit tougher, because we have a lot of level 0s, but they are equipped with some decent trinkets.
With pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Well, interesting party that they've got going on. So adding some bleed to these sea maggots. These sea maggots are very tough. Let's go ahead and stun the other one. Oh, no. Not going to stun that one. Alright, so that sea maggot's dead because it's going to bleed. And we'll make sure to get rid of the thrall.
A death by inches.
Flagellant already taken major damage. My Antiquarian has pretty high dodge, so that's less of an issue. Alright, let's go ahead and punish, or... yeah, punish. And that's enough bleed to kill that thing. Try to get the thrall down. Easy peasy. That was nice damage. And we're done.
As victories mount,
Alright, Miss Antiquarian,
will resistance.
we are going to shovel open. And I'm not going to make it dark just yet. I don't want to kill off my new hires because I just named them after... some of my patrons. Tide Pool. So these Tide Pools can be cleansed with Anti-Venom, and they give strong heals or stress heals. Yeah, why don't we do that? Try to stress heal the Flagellant. Oh, or heal the Flagellant, that's fine. Coral is medicinal herbs to remove a negative quirk. So let's see, who has the worst negative quirk here? Probably Tone Deaf is the most annoying here. So let's do that. And Tone Deaf is gone. Perfect. Eerie Coral, very nice. Oh, there's a trap here. 40, 60, and... Alright, 60% is the best I can do. And we got it done. We're entering an empty room, so I'm not going to bother with the torch. I will bother with the torch now, because we're entering a fight. Bunch of the groupers, but we'll be able to get them pretty quick. Big old bleeds. Nope, no bleeds. Come on, get some hits. There we go. Only one will be able to attack.
Destroy them all.
I was really hoping for a little bit more damage. Oh, that was a stun. My bad. I was hoping for more damage than that, but then I realized I used the wrong ability.
Blossoms.
So this group doesn't really have a great ability to attack backliners, as you can see. I have to kind of smash corpses to get to the last one. That's okay. Judgment. Her nervous stabs have been really terrible. Guess she's a little too nervous.
Give them no quarter.
More loot. A journal entry.
Another mariner.
Oops! I absolutely did that wrong. I should have used a shovel, and that was just a misclick. So we're going to have a little bit extra stress, and that's entirely on me. I need to be more mindful of that. Our Vestal got hit by a trap.
Invention.
Going into an unknown room with a battle. Okay, bleeding their stressor. I'm probably not going to worry about the amount of stress I acquire. I can always just spend some of my well-earned antiquarian gold at the end of this to stress relieve all the people that are ending up stressed from my mistakes in this dungeon. But I'm actually just about out of time, so that's going to have to wrap up this episode here. Despite the excessively loud battle music, I can sort of fade that out. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line, and I do hope that you tune in next time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all next episode. Adios, everybody.